Forgot to leave this out, but I want to sit here and say this right now. In terms of this, with the whole abortion thing, that during quarantine, this is actually important. I actually just found out something. Um, Found out something. But in terms of the whole abortion thing, um, they're also going to start going for churches. I'm not going to claim that this is going to happen, but and keep in mind, this also isn't from God either. This is just telling you about just paying attention to stuff that's going on. That if they do start going to churches, they're going to start burning churches, and you're going to start seeing a lot of crime happening with churches because this stuff was happening 2 years ago. Um, Even further back, that for some odd reason there was demonic activity with people burning down and sabotaging churches. So with this whole abortion thing, who else would preserve the life of a child? The church. Even though technically that's a lie, because technically children get molested in church, but that's a whole nother story. Um, and who else preserves the life of children, which isn't a lie? Jesus. And so we're about to see something that we've never seen before. And once again, and to emphasize on this, that during quarantine, around the time George Floyd got shot, basically there was Mr. Gates. I don't even know if I could say his real name. Mr. Gates. When there were protests, they were putting bricks in the middle of protest or wherever they might be, and they were from his foundation, his company, along with his wife. And so they were purposefully triggering chaos because they knew people would get pissed and start throwing bricks, which would result in police brutality and them cracking down on the law and all these other things. Now, I'm gonna make this short, but also I just found out by just clicking on my Instagram that this isn't a good thing because now they're triggering people on purpose. Because now the judge is saying that now, instead of it being, a statewide thing in all 50 states where it's legal for you to be, if you're a gay couple and you get married legally, they saying that they're leaving that to the states. They're also leaving gay sex to the states, which who is somebody to regulate you if you're gay and you have sex? That's retarded. And also contraceptives such as condoms, Plan B pills, after morning pills, contraceptives, the birth control shot, whatever. It all depends on the state. And they're also talking about overturning this, which means banning them and making it illegal. Excuse me, what? You should really be asking yourself, that makes no sense. We're entering dangerous territory, and this isn't a good thing. And then people talk about how contraceptives have carcinogens, or however else you want to say it, or whatever the case it is. But it's still the point. It prevents you from basically getting an abortion. But this isn't they're triggering people on purpose. So they're literally doing this to trigger you, and they're actually outlawing this stuff. Which is like, I'm not about to get into the whole gay marriage thing, but if you're a gay person having sex with another consensual adult and you're gay, what does that have to do with anything? That's stupid. And you could say it's a sin, whatever the case it is. I could care less. But they're literally doing this to cause more chaos. And when they overturn this stuff and they do this to trigger this on purpose, now they're being the moral police. In which case, if you didn't know, over in New York, it's like a law or something where basically you can't lie about the social status you have if you're cheating on your partner. Now, even though I'm against cheating, I've never cheated before in my life, or whatever the case might be, you can do whatever you want. I'm on God's side. You have free will, but you are not free of your consequences. So if you cheat on your spouse, and you're married, or whatever the case it is, and you lie to somebody and you hook up with somebody that's like a stripper or something, or escort, whatever, or some normal person, people do these things, and you lie and say that you're not a millionaire, and you can go to jail because that you can go to jail because it's illegal in their state. New York, by the way, is the same state where they don't want you to have a gun, but they also want you to be defenseless, and they're banning batons, mace, and pepper spray. And I've talked about that before, and about the video about the woman that got stabbed in her head or in her spine. That was actually pretty brutal. But my point is with that whole cheating thing, Now that gets into basically, even though I don't support this, that gets into you being the moral police, which is like in 1984, deciding what's moral or not. And if that person deems and actually gets pissed, you can actually catch a charge, go to jail, probably serve life in prison, and you're a felon because it gets into like the law and misdemeanors and stuff. I'm against that. Even I'm also against cheating, etc. Um, this is real bad. This is real bad. This is not about to go nowhere. And the fact that this actually just popped up on my timeline on Instagram, I'm telling you ahead of time that you really need to brace yourself because this is not a joke anymore. Because like that makes no sense for them to sit here and do that. And also another thing that I also want to sit here and say, these are the same people that that claim that they care about children, all this other stuff. And I told you I could care less about people's opinions, or I don't even have an opinion on the whole abortion thing. I'm just against the whole fetus thing. I could care less. Is that these same people that are abortion activists, they're using the excuse of these retards. I don't care if I name call people these retards who are saying that guns and abortion are the same thing. I can't say this. This is the part of abortion I am against. Like later down the. I'm not going to talk about the whole abortion thing, but I am against the fact that they're treating this as if abortion is birth control. One, because it can kill you. Something they don't tell women. It can kill you, and it's also the fact that with this, they're comparing guns to abortion when guns and abortion are not the same thing. There's a difference between taking a life and there's a difference between saving a life with guns. And you can also make the case for like abortion in the terms of if a woman is pregnant and she has to save her life, she has to get an abortion, whatever the case is. But that's not the point. That's not how they're using this. They're using this type of stuff as a scapegoat because now people are getting pissed. And this isn't just some normal thing where people get pissed and people have disagreements. People are juiced up and people are about to start causing hell on earth over this one thing. And it's about to get real bad. So I can say this, that, and I'm not going to get into that whole contraceptive thing. That pisses me off. That's retarded. That's you being the moral police. That makes no sense. That's what they teach you in sex ed. Like, this stuff is retarded. But that, and then another thing with the gun thing that I also want to sit here and say is that they're also trying to make child pornography legal. I'm not joking. This is the reason why they have some of these abortion activists, celebrities, and people on the news while they're comparing guns to abortion, because now they're trying to because now, since they've made the abortion argument, now they can use guns as an excuse, saying guns take more lives from children than child pornography, and they harm more lives. And they're trying to make child pornography illegal, which gets into the whole pedophile movement and inserting it into the alphabet community. In which case, if you don't know, regardless of whether you're for or against gay marriage, the gay community is actually fighting back against this agenda. And I follow a page on Instagram that points this out. There's also a drag queen that spoke out against this stuff. And these people are speaking out because now it's getting to the point where you can't enjoy your life. And I actually sort of am defending this because you have the right to be who you are. And basically, now it's getting to the point, where whether you're gay or not, they're basically trying to regulate your life. And in terms of what the drag queen said, all that person said was basically, they already have a bad reputation of some of them, that people, they have like a stereotype, they call people the, I'm not going to say the derogatory term, but they call them that, you already have your own community, and people are already saying that you're going to hell. You're basically you're an abomination. That gets into like a lot of other stuff, and basically a lot of gay people are being accused of pedophiles and rapists and child groomers now that the pedophile movement has infiltrated this stuff. So that's what you need to know about the gay community fighting back on that. And so that, and basically this is getting bad. And this is like I said before, this actually caught me off guard. This isn't about to go anywhere. And this is actually real bad. So pay attention to these things. Once again, stay in your house. Yeah, there we go. That's all I want to sit here and say. And once again, guns, abortion, and child porn do not have nothing in common at all, period. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. And I could care less if you agree or disagree with me or not, but you need to understand that chaos is about to start happening, and it's actually happening now. So yeah, and they're triggering people on purpose. So God bless you. Godspeed.